Hello everyone. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. It's great to be here. uh, it's really great to be here. So I'm waiting for my people before we'll just wait for like let's just wait for maybe between 5 to 10 minutes. Then we'll get started. I'm already seeing this opportunity right here, but I won't do anything until we'll just keep checking just keep checking the market to see. Okay, I'm seeing my people. King's Eye, how are you? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Yes, I can see my people coming. Yes, so King's Eye, it's nice to have you here. Thank you so much. Um, Ultrasound Music, thank you so much for saying hi. I can see my people, yeah. Sincerely, so it's so nice to be here. I've been planning this for a while now. But sometimes when you plan stuff, a lot of things just happen, you know. But this time I just decided to like we just have to do it anyhow. Though I want to apologize in advance for the audio quality in my background, but head or tail, we are just going to do it because if I say we should wait again, I mean we may never actually do it. So yeah, King's Eye, I'm glad you're good. Okay, there's this decision point trade I found here. I'm trying to look into it. Anyways, let's just get started. So we're 1 minute in. Well, I'm thinking of maybe we should wait. Hi, Olubodun Tolu, how are you? It's great to have you here. Yeah, thank you so much, King's Eye. So I'm looking at this point of decision trade. Well, you see this green candle here. This green candle over here is as a result of that decision point, and maybe I guess we should just check it together while we're still waiting for the rest. So here now, let me quickly explain this before I start checking it. So over here now we have first touch, second touch. We have like multiple touches on this area, you can see, but eventually the market broke this. The market just broke this level. Now anytime that happens, it actually happened because of a decision point. There's a decision being made somewhere. Now the decision could be somewhere around here, and the only way to find out is to go to the lower time frames. You can see that we have a double bottom here. That double bottom, is what enabled these buyers to like break this level. But this momentum is not actually a very strong one. It's a weak momentum, but it was strong enough to break this level. So if we go to lower time frames now, let's just say we go to 30 seconds. Now we'll look for, okay, we found it already. It's over here. This is the decision point. There's another one here. So what we can do basically is to mark all the decision points we find. There's one down here, as a result of that what they call it, that double bottom that we saw. You can see there's one here, and the price is coming into it now. It's probably going to reject from there, but we're not going to take that trade. I just want to explain it. So there's another one here. So let me mark it quickly. There's another one here. You can see price has entered this place now. They're going to reject. Then there's one other one down here, and there's multiple points of point of decisions here. You can see they're already rejecting. over here. You can see. So let me check S15 just for the fun of it. Then we'll go back. Okay, there's one here. There's a good one here, so we can mark this. So at least let's go back to M1 now and check the market. You can see that rejection is happening over here now. You understand? Now, you remember that that this candle I was talking about. You know, I was talking about this candle, this particular one. It was this decision point, the one we found in S15 that caused it. This one. Go back to M1 again. You can see. So imagine that the market came here now. You take a trade inside this place, inside this decision point, and it just closed up here. You win the trade. Now, another thing is, now we lost. If we are taking this trade, we would have lost it. But you see this one now. We're gonna win this next one. Though there's another. There's so many. There's so many things I'm seeing right now. Let me just come down. We have a third breakout here. Look at this. First touch high, second touch high. We break this level. Now, if we take this trade now, I'm expecting the buyers to come in. Now, we have a gap down also in favor of the buyers, and we have a round number. You understand? So I'm expecting now this one to be a green candle and not to be red. Now, if it becomes red, it's probably because of this crazy momentum. You can see, okay, it didn't even become red. But one thing I want you to also observe, because I've been talking about this thing for a while now. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth candle is what? Is a divergent. It usually happens. I've seen it many times, and this is one of those things they call the fifth candle theory. You know, when you have I think I was earlier this week I was explaining it. Let me just let me color code my entries, because there are sometimes I'd just like to color code the entries. Now, anytime I have this color, it signifies a lower time frame entry. So if you are in the demo session, it doesn't change immediately. You understand? But if you are in the live session, it changes immediately. It's one of those things. I'm planning on making a video on the differences between the demo and the live sessions. So let me just refresh this so that you can see. So you can see this one now. This trade right now, this trade over here happened because of this decision point. This particular one happened because of what? Number one, the fifth candle theory. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have fifth candle. Now the the second reason is because of the third breakouts. Now, for those who don't understand, let me quickly explain. I've not actually started though. I'm just we're just in start to wait for the rest. So, but everyone that is here right now, at least let me just quickly explain this. So now let me explain this. This is what we have over here. See, we have this first touch. We have second touch. But now you see on the same line, on the same level, price came down, broke this level. Now, this will be our third touch. You understand? We'll go up here, we'll take the trade. You understand? Maybe we can give it a little bit of margin of safety. We take the trade here. You understand? We take our trade here. Just like that. You understand? It's a total breakout. As you know, it's not very difficult, but it takes a lot of practice. You know, some people are asking, why do I do a lot of demo trading? Now I will explain it in this live session. So we're almost getting to the 10-minute mark now. We have 2 minutes more. So by 10 minutes mark, we're going to start. You understand? But let me quickly say this. Now, it's good to practice. Practice makes you a better person. It makes you a better trader. Now, anytime trading generally is not an easy thing, and most of the time I don't want to, like, I try to simplify things, try to make it look easy, but at the same time I try to let people understand that it's a very difficult thing to do. It is not easy, and because of that, you cannot continue to like approach it from that easy perspective, easy mindset perspective, because before things get easy, it's going to actually get tough when it comes to trading. Now, you see a lot of people lose their balances simply because they are not patient enough to build their strategy. Probably if they practice for a while, they feel okay, they got the hang of it, then they enter into the live trade and they lose a lot of money. Now, I don't want my people to be like that. I don't want you guys to be, your own is going to be different, because I'm leading by example, showing you that it's okay to practice and practice and practice, and that's why I share a lot of my practice sessions. Normally, I could only decide to be sharing my live trading sessions and not share the demo sessions also. But one thing I've learned is you need to be transparent with people and let them know the reality of things. Especially when you're encouraging them in that direction. You get the gist. So if I'm going to be encouraging everybody in that direction, I need to also encourage you to practice as much as you can. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So now, if you are interested in only seeing my live trade, I have a playlist just for all the live trades. You can check the channel. You will see I label it live trading sessions. I think I probably will change the name to real trading sessions. Hello, Ifine. How are you? It's great to have you here. Yes, I trade binary options. It's called binary options. Yes. I have you can just check through the channel. You see most of my live trading sessions and my practice sessions. And I have there's a playlist dedicated to it's a whole introductory video on how a beginner can start from scratch and all that. You know, those when one of the first videos I dropped on the channel, so I have it over there. I'll probably link it somewhere if I'm able to find it. I'll probably link it somewhere. You get it, gist. So it's one of those things I try to encourage people to do. Practice, practice, practice. Now, one thing practice does for you is that practice helps you to practice helps you to it it helps your trade to become a second nature. Let me put it that way. You understand? It helps your trade to become just second nature like that. Now, what I mean by second nature is it gets to a point whereby your subconscious gets used to certain things. So, like you've trained your mind, you've trained your eyes to see certain things in the market simply because you've been so much acquainted to the market. Like you are used to the market now. So if the market moves in a certain way, you already know. You understand? If for example, if you see a QM trade now, you already know the QM trade. It takes time to get used to the market like that. So those are part of the things I try to encourage people to do. So if you see my demo sessions, in fact, the reason why I'm not in the live session right now is because I'm still adapting to this live trade thing. You understand? And it's not advisable when you're not comfortable with a kind of setting to go live. No, I have all the time still have many more trading sessions, you understand, to do. So I don't need to be under pressure, you understand, because eventually I'll get to the point where I'm comfortable enough to trade live. I like to trade the real trades on live in front of everybody. Trading itself is hard. Now trading in front of people is even harder. You get it? So shout out to everybody who is doing it in front of everybody. Even these demo sessions is a little bit hard, but anyways, anyhow, it does. It's one of those things I want to do because I want everybody to benefit from the knowledge I've acquired over the years, basically. So it's one of those things. Anyways, okay, Kingza says knowing your strategy alone doesn't make you profitable. So how were you able to discipline yourself? Now that's a very good question. That's a very good question. I'm going to answer it in about maybe 1 minute. Now, before I answer your question, King Zaya, somebody ask the question, though I don't know if I should answer it, but I feel I should anyways. If it's a question, everybody can benefit from it. The person was asking the other time, like, how do you get to like load $100 on your demo account? So I want to quickly show you. You understand? Now you see this area now. There's another this is another decision points trade happening right now in front of us over here. If we go to lower time frame, I will quickly show you. Now we have a decision point here. You see this doji. I'm expecting a rejection there, but what I'm going to do is, instead of taking the trade to win, I'm going to take the trade to lose so that we can lose this balance. So that will answer somebody's question of how do you get to load $100 in your demo account. Oh, I wanted to go with the buyers. Okay, let me go with the buyers. I'm expecting the sellers to come in, so I'm intentionally trying to lose this amount. Fine, you can see I'm expecting the sellers to come in, so I'm intentionally trying to lose this balance so that we can load an amount. Now the thing there is, anytime you are trying to practice, it's always good to load an amount that you are comfortable with in the real sessions, in your real trading sessions. The reason why it's important to do that is because, you see, like I said earlier, you are training your subconscious, you are training your mind. You need to be realistic with your demo sessions, and you have to take it seriously, because you are training your subconscious. You can say we're expecting the sellers to enter, and they actually entered. You can see, so we've lost the balance now. The best thing you can just do if you want to load an amount is just to lose this balance first. You understand? Then load the amount you want to load. It's as simple as that, basically. You see now. So we knew, like, now from what we saw here now, we knew that the sellers are going to come in. We enter with the buyers. You lose the balance. Once you lose the balance and you have zero balance here, then you cannot load the amount you feel you can enter the real trade with. Now, so the thing there is, you need to be serious with your demo sessions. Now, I'll give you one tip. Basically, one of the first tip I'll give you in this live session is that, you see, there's really no difference. Now there are differences, but in terms of these charts, you understand, there are really no perceivable difference when it comes to the charts between the demo account and your live account, your real account, the QT real. No, there's no difference when it comes to, you see, what makes the difference, or what makes you feel as if, okay, you are winning in the demo account and you are losing in the real account, basically, is because you've trained your mind to not take your demo session seriously. You have another third touch here. You can see this is how you take your trades. You understand? Things like when you've trained your eyes to see things, you understand? It just, when you see it, you just see it. But it takes time for your mind, for your eyes to be able to like get acquainted with things like this. Now, let's see. Let's take this trade. Okay, well, we have a gap down in favor of the buyers, so we'll go with the buyers. So now, so back to what I was saying. Basically, the thing there is, so the difference between the demo account now and the real account is that in the demo account, okay, let me give you this example. The example is like when you have when you go for shooting. Yeah, it didn't really break fully. I saw it, but we have a gap down in favor of the buyers, so I took the trade. You understand? Now the thing there is, the like, it's like going when you are going for a shooting range practice. You understand? When you're in your shooting range, you have this. Now we'll go with the buyers one more time. Oh, we have a gap up, and I was a little bit jumpy. I've entered the market already, but it's all right, no problem. So the thing there is, it's like when you're in a shooting range, and you are shooting at the target. Now that target is lifeless. It's not, the target is not shooting at you. You know, and it's not moving, it's just in one place. It's easy to target, like to shoot a live target. Yes, it may work now. Yeah, it didn't really break initially, but I took it because of the gap down. But we have a gap up now, so I have a feeling it may not work too. But it's okay, either it works or not, it's all right. Now the thing there is when you're like in a at a shooting range and you're shooting at your target, the target is not moving. There's nothing really difficult about that target. Why? Because the target is lifeless and it's just in one spot. But real life doesn't work that way if you really think about it. You understand? Now, when you are, for example, now you see it worked. Now you look at this: one, two, three, four, fifth candle theory. You can see now it works a lot, because a lot of people don't believe the fifth candle theory works, but it does work most of the time when you're able to apply certain things. Now, the only challenge I had was with this gap up in favor of the sellers, but you can see it still worked. So back to what I was saying. So the thing there is, when you are in a war front now, your enemy is live and is shooting at you. Now, you see, that enemy we are talking about now in the real session is your emotion. Your emotion is in the way of your thoughts. You understand? And because of that, now your mind is is trying to decide between not taking a trade, or should we take it, or now you have a lot going on in your mind, and that's one simple mind hack is what the broker is banking on, because they're actually banking on that for you to actually lose your amount, your balance. And it's very powerful because people are naturally emotionally attached to their money. You get the gist. But the thing there is, practice helps you to develop the reflex you need to be able to take trades in the markets. You understand? And it is that reflex that helps you to be a profitable trader. You understand? So basically, that's how it is. Jack David, how are you today? Is this banner? Yes, this binary option. Uh, yes, Van Lille, how are you? Sorry if I butcher your name. I'm so sorry about it. Please, Van Lee. Yeah, it's nice to have you here. Can we copy your trade? I don't advise people copy my trade. Sincerely, I don't. What I try to do is I try to teach people how to take their own trades, because you see, when you take your trade based on another person's decision, there's something it does to you when you actually lose in the market. So usually most of my friends know me. I try to help people become the fisherman instead of giving them fish. And trading is something that once you learn it, it's a life skill. Anywhere you are in the world, it doesn't matter if you are in Africa, Asia, America, Uganda, it doesn't matter. Anywhere you are in the world, you just keep picking bread like that. You understand? It's really, really amazing. I feel like going with the sellers here, but I'm not going to do that because of this push. We have an ABC break, but this gap down now has changed everything. But don't worry, we're going to look for a very good this payout is now 88%. It's no more attractive, so let's look for a better trade. Let me clear this. You understand? So back to your question, King Zaya. Knowing your trading, your strategy alone doesn't knowing your strategy alone doesn't make you profitable. So how were you able to discipline yourself? Now, good. That's a very fantastic question, King Zaya. Now the thing there is, you see, discipline comes with consistency. Like, let me put it this way: there are certain things you don't want to do, but discipline helps you do them. Now, it's just like this practice thing I was talking about. If you have made up your mind that you consistently check the market, you consistently like watch the videos and understand it to the best of your ability, you get it. Just it will get to a point whereby it becomes second nature in your mind. You begin to think about it consistently, and you begin to understand how the market works because you've spent a lot of time, you've dedicated a lot of time in to yourself in the market, and that's what discipline helps you to do. You get the gist. Now, another thing is that there are certain rules you are going to set for yourself. Nobody's going to set it for you. Now, there are a lot of rules I've seen people say. Okay, don't use more than 4% of your balance. Don't do this. Don't do that. Well, I'm not that kind of person. You understand? Because there are certain rules I just don't. I try to make my own rule. Azan Ibrahim, how are you? Hey Mo, how are you? It's nice to have you here. Mohammed, it's nice to have you here. So, the thing there is basically there are certain rules you are going to set for yourself. For example, now me, I've set certain rules for myself. One of the rules I set for myself is that if I lose like if I'm taking a trade and I lose twice back to back, I'm taking a pause. I'm just taking a pause. I'm just going to take a pause. It's as simple as that. Hey Patrick, how are you? Yeah, Oluwaseyi, Oladele, how are you today? Hazan, it's nice to have you here. You understand? So basically, that's how it is. That is how it is, basically. You understand? There are certain rules you are going to set for yourself. Now, one of those rules I set for myself, basically, I tell myself, take your time, find your trades. If you find a trade, thank you so much, Charles. Charles, Gordon, how are you today? You understand? So if you set certain rules for yourself, now discipline helps you to keep them. Why? Because you set your rules. You set your rules for yourself. You should be able to keep it. Like nobody is going to come. Like nobody, no. There's no mentor that's going to help you with that. Yes, they can give you suggestions. They can try to help you. Yes, yes. I have a Telegram channel, Jack David. Yes, if you check the description now, you'll find my Telegram channel there. You just click on it and join, basically. You understand? And I would really appreciate if you consider subscribing to this channel too, because we're making some amazing things happen, in this channel. And I really like the energy in the house right now. My people, all my people, they are showing up for me. I'm so grateful for you guys. Glory Simba, how are you today? It's nice to have you here. Uh, Collins Trust. Yes, it's nice to have you here too. Thank you so much for showing up. Yes. So basically, if you set certain rules for yourself, or some people suggest certain rules for you, try those rules out. Those rules may just work for you. Now, if they are not working, adjust to the rules until you find a balance. That's the best thing to do. Oh my god, I can see a total breakout up here, and it's so nice. My god, it's so nice. See, look at this now. Wait, let me quickly mark it for you guys. This is a very nice one. Very, very nice. Look at this. Yeah, first touch. Yeah, first touch low. Then second touch. And we have a huge lower low. You can see this lower low here. Oops. You can see. And price just came up, broke the level. You can see this is going to be our third touch. Now this is going to be our entry. We enter over here. This is going to be our trade. Simple as that. We'll take the trade here. This trade is beautiful. These are the trades I always try to look for. You can see now. Now over time, if you keep looking for trades like this, it will get to a point whereby it will become burnt in, like it's as if somebody has printed it on your mind. Anywhere you see that pattern in the market, you can easily recognize it. It's pattern recognition. You understand? It's a very powerful thing. You get it, just but it takes time. Like one really need to like spend time on the charts. You understand? Like I said earlier on, trading is not an easy thing. I don't want people to like fool you or try to cajole you into, don't worry, it's very easy. No, it's not. You understand? And I don't tell people that it's easy, but it's very possible. Like you can learn the skill. You understand? Okay, as I want, you want me to show you an example of order block? Okay, fine. I'll find one. I'll find one for you if I see it. Though I can see one right now. Now you see this push, this particular this particular big candle that is here right now. Now, this is uh, you see this area, they call it fair value. I want to wait for this one to close. When it closes, I will show you. Let's just wait for the for this 10 seconds to close, then I'll show you what it is. So let's quickly mark it. You see this area, is called fair value gap. This area, now the way I mark fair value gaps, I mark it with this white. I just mark it white. No, what am I doing? Okay, mark it white. Just mark it white like this. Okay, fine. You can see this fair value gap, but now you see right under it is another block, and it's a very, very good order block. I'll tell you. I'll explain why it is a very good one. You see, these are fantastic questions you guys are asking. Everybody will benefit from. So this is the order block. Now the way I mark order block is with this color. This color. You can see now we have another block here. Now, one good thing about order blocks, I usually don't mark the fair value gap, but let me just label it. I like to scribble things a lot for my people, just for anybody who is taking notes, so that it will be easy for them. So this is order block. Then this fair value gap, some people call it FVG. You understand? Now, you see the way it is now. We have there's an ABC break here. This is an ABC break. You can see now what makes this fair value gap strong is the fact that it's breaking a level. You can see if price comes back down into this place now, we have a trade, and I'll show you how to trade it. Let's just go back. Now you see this order block that's where we want to take our trade. So we'll go to lower time frame. We'll check inside this place to see if we find any entry. Now what I mean by entry is I'm looking for an engulf. You can see now we found it. It's right here. We'll mark the engulf as a lower time frame entry. We'll mark it here. You can see. I'm coming. I'll check the charts very soon. I'm trying to now. We'll mark it as a lower time frame entry. So this is the color I use for my lower time frame entry. I'm decoding all these colors in case you see it in any of my videos. You already know what they are. So now this is S15. I'll go to S10 to see if we can fine tune that entry. Well, you can see there's no other. I've not found any other entry there. You can see, so that entry is solid. Now what we need to do now is to wait. You can see all we need to just do is wait. We'll wait for price to come down here. Immediately enters here, we take a trade, a rejection trade to the upside. We'll go with the buyers. It's as simple as that. We're not even waiting. No negotiation. We're not, but like no hesitation. You understand? And also to tell you that this area will work, I'll show you. There's a way to confirm that. Most of the time when you have an entry, it could be a, what they call it. It could be a QM. In fact, we have a QM somewhere here. So I'm extending it now. You see, we have a trend line to the upside, which that tells you that the trend is upward. You can see over here. You see, this is a confirmation. Because usually I like to tell people, when you don't see confirmation, you may need to reconsider the trade. You understand? Now, you see this is a confirmation. Now also, if you look closely this place, and this is a QM, we have ABC to the downside, then this push to the upside. It's as simple as that. Now we can now check this place now to see if we can find a, we'll go to higher time frame to confirm and see if we can find a, okay, you can see the engulf is not actually inside that QM zone, but let's check S5. If S5 has it now, you can see now it's a confirmation that this QM will also work. So what do? We go back to lower time frame. Now we are looking for somewhere under this shoulder, this QM area, from here to here. If we find any entry there, we'll mark it again, then we'll wait. So that, now you can see now this is the only entry we found here from our experience. So now this area now is not just another block, it's also a QM buy. So you have two very strong reasons to go with the buyers here. I'll take it normally I'll take a double trade here. You understand? And that's how you make. Hey Gemwold, how are you? It's nice to have you here. Those are my people, they are showing up for me. That's good. Yes, Charles Gordon was saying it's really not easy, but very nice when you win. Yes, it's really nice when you win actually, but it's not an easy thing. And I try to let people understand that. See, it's not easy. You know, it's not easy like being in a trader. But the thing that is, it's very possible to be a profitable trader if you can practice to the point whereby it becomes second nature. You understand? And you need to be disciplined too. You understand? You cannot afford to overtrade. You get it? Just there are certain rules you just have to set for yourself, and once you set it, yes, yes, Vom, victory. I'm live. It's nice to have you here. Thank you so much for coming, for showing up. You understand? So it's one of those things like that, basically. And now you can see now another thing is patience. You understand? You need to be patient with yourself. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth candle theory. You remember what I was just explaining this fifth candle theory. You understand? But I'll probably explain it one more time. We have a very good round number here. You understand? We may have the buyers coming after this candle, but I'm not going to take the trade because unless maybe we have a confirmation, and that confirmation will probably be a gap down on this level. If I say gap down on the level, we can take that trade. If not, okay, we'll take the trade now. We'll go with the buyers. I should have waited for margin of safety, but it's still all right. There's an overlapping level here. Okay, let me just mark this place. So normally I could have taken the trade right under this overlapping level, because that would be a very good one. You get the gist. Now another thing is, let me explain this. See, we have uptrend already. That's one. The number two, we have this evening star pattern. Usually evening star patterns usually retrace. You understand? But I guess the reason why it's probably not retracing here is because it's trying to copy this market sequence. You understand? So it's all right. And now the thing there is, as a trader also, yes, now we can go with the buyers now. Now, as a trader, one thing you need to understand is that you have losing trades and you need to be comfortable. Like, you need to be very comfortable losing your trades and not losing your mind or losing your shit. Oh, I don't think I'm not sure if YouTube will allow that. Maybe I would probably have to edit that later. But the thing there is, you can't lose your cool. I think that's a better word to use. You can't afford to lose your cool when you are in a losing streak, because you see, anytime you take a trade and you take a trade, it's subject to probability. You understand? Small and big candle, yes. Yes, round number break and overlapping area. Yes, you're very correct. You're very correct. Now, you can have certain things in place and still lose your trade, and you have to be okay with that. I always tell people you have to be very okay with taking losses. Why? Because immediately you begin to panic, that is game over for you. Because already, if you're in, for example, if you're in a real market and maybe you're losing your, I know it's not an easy thing to see your balance go down, but one thing you should always imbibe is that don't enter the market with an amount you are not ready to, like, psychologically do away with. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Especially at the beginning stages, like when you are just starting, don't do that. You understand? Any money you enter the market with, you have to have made up your mind. You have to have made up your mind that, okay, fine, if it doesn't go my way, no problem. I'm fine with it. Yes, that's the mindset you need to have. Yes, Nebi X, how are you? It's nice to have you here. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering all these names. I know they are amazing names, but I'm so sorry. You understand? But it's really nice to have you here. Thank you so much for showing up. You get the gist. So it's one of those things. Now you see, price is coming back into that. Now this is a very short trade for us, so it's best for us to just wait for that. We've lost two trades over here already, because I was expecting the price to retrace, but they have made up their mind to push the price down, and it's all right. Now there are sometimes markets will just oh, okay, I can see another thing here. Let me quickly show you. Now you see this area. This is supply. Somebody was asking about supply become demand. This is it. This is supply. The market broke it violently. Now we have a demand. This is supply become demand. So the way I mark my supply become demand, I'll show you. This supply and this demand. You can see it. So anytime you see it in the, oh, let me change it. It's meant to be the other way. This now it becomes demand and this supply. Yes. Yes. So it used to be a supply, but now it has become a demand. So anytime you see it, this is an SBD. If price comes into this area now, we can take a trade, or better still. And one thing I always tell people, always go to, you see how always have that lower time frame confirmation. It helps. You check that zone. You may just find the exact place where you actually need to take that trade. You can see it's right over here. Let me zoom in so that you can see it clearly. It's right here, inside this place. You can mark it also. Sometimes your chart may look like Christmas tree, like like somebody was saying the other time. He said your chart look like Christmas tree. Yes, sometimes your chart may look like Christmas tree, but if it's working, it's working. Oh wait, let me check again. I just want to be sure it's the right place. Okay, one more. Let's go one more step. Okay. Okay. It's right here. You can see. So now some people will take the trade inside here. I'm sure it will retrace, but this is your best entry right here. So we can mark it as a lower time frame entry. So when you have multiple confirmations like this, you have confidence, and that's where I got the slogan for my channel, for trading with confidence. You understand? Jack David, you did do Martin Martin Girls. We have some very funny people in the house. So this is exactly what it is. Basically, now you have your lower time frame entry. Now you have your order block here. So we have two fantastic entries that we can enter the market with. Now, anytime you see your balance go down like this, you to reduce your risk sometimes. Now, I usually go with what do they call it? I go with percentages. You can see sometimes I'll just switch to percentage. I always go with 25% of my balance, regardless of either it's a big amount or small amount. And the reason why I do that is because that's the style I want to imbibe personally. Now, I'm not saying anyone should copy me or you should try and do that. Now, it may be too risky for some people, but the thing there is, when you get to a point where you've traded, after a while, you begin to build your own style. You understand? And when you build your style, it's as simple as that. Yes, maybe X. Yes, I have a course. I have a mentorship program. I'm currently doing right now. So if you want to join the mentorship program, you can just there's a link in the description. Click the Telegram channel, and you'll be able to send me direct message. There's a direct link where you can reach me in the Telegram channel. So just click on it, and that's it. You understand? We'll be able to, like, I have mentorship program specifically for everybody. I don't have, like, the mentorship program is not the same for everybody. The reason why it's not the same is because there are certain people that need they need specific areas where they really need to, like, you really need to help them with some people. Now, like, somebody was hitting me up last week. He said he really needs tutoring about on risk management. You understand? Then another person was talking about a few strategies it really needs to tighten up. You understand? Now, some people just need the basic knowledge, like they just want to start from scratch. So everybody's not the same. You get it, gist. So depending on your need, that's what we're going to actually be looking into. And the first class usually is a one-on-one session with me, like this. Like, we sit down, we discuss about your session, about what's going to happen in your mentorship and what areas you actually need. We actually need to focus on to make sure that you become a profitable trader, because that's the end goal basically, is to help you become a profitable trader basically. You understand? So that's one major thing I try to help people with basically. Let me mark this as a favorite, because I want us to have some few trades. I was expecting a trade to come down into this area, but I guess I have a feeling they will still come down. But while we are waiting for that, we can just, okay, I'm looking at this market to see if I can go with the sellers for the next candle, but I don't have enough reason. It's actually ranging right now. You know, is in a range, and I noticed this market sequence of one green then red, one green red, then one green. So, but okay, the sellers they're coming in now, but I'm not going to take the trade. Though there's a trade we can take down here, but it's a very risky one, and I don't think it's worth the risk. Okay, fine. We have a common point of rejection. If price comes into this our entry, we can use that. But it's a very risky trade because I'm already expecting the sellers to come in here. You understand? What we can do is we can wait for the next candle with the hopes that the buyers will come in. But let me just look for a better trade, because I like trades that have multiple confirmations. You know, so let's clear this. Clear this. Now, one of the first things I try to, okay, let me check. It just consolidating. Yes, it's just consolidating, creating liquidity. You're very correct. Yeah, it will eventually drop, I know. Now you see, now that I'm expecting a green candle here. Now if price crosses this common point of rejection, now we can update the common point of rejection to be this. So we can update this over here now. So if price comes into this entry, to be a fantastic one. Yes, so this is our trade now. Come on now, come down to this place. Let's wait for it. I have a feeling to come down. See, that first time it comes down here. Oh, okay, the common point of rejection still worked, but I didn't enter because the entry I was expecting. Now you can see now the SBD already worked here. This supply become demand. You can see this supply area became demand over here. price enter into it, you can easily take a trade here. Though I was actually waiting for the best entry down here. That would have been amazing. But you could have taken a trade under this round number here and it will just reject. You understand? So it happens a lot sometimes that you have a setup and you won't take a trade, and you have to be okay with that, like missing out on trades, because a lot of the things that make a lot of people like lose their mind in the market are little things that really shouldn't, you shouldn't lose your mind or your cool over that. You like probably you missed out on a trade, you be like, oh, I should have taken that trade. Yes, feel the emotion, let it go. It's as simple as that. It's easy for you to like just, feel the emotions, let it go. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. And other opportunities will come. You understand? Other opportunities will come. Now we have two green candles now. And this is a common point of rejection here. This is another common point of rejection. And we have a downtrend, you can see. So I'm still expecting that trade. I'm going to take the trade when it comes to my entry here. Let's just be patient for it. So we have gap up in favor of the sellers. Now it's like just like King Zaya said, they are trying to like consolidate. They are creating liquidity so that they can have enough to push to the downside. Now, if price comes into this area in the last 6 seconds, I'm not going to take the trade. You can see it. Okay. Now, oh, okay. I'm not going to take the trade again. Why? Let me tell you why. We have this gap up in favor of the what? Of the sellers. Yes, we may still have a green candle, but gaps are very important. When you see gaps, run. I don't mean run, but I mean you need to like pay attention to the market. Now we can take this trade now if it enters into this area. This is our trade. I'm just waiting for it. Okay, fine. We go with it now. We take the trade now. Now the reason why we take the trade, a lot of people already know, but let me quickly explain it. We have an order block here, and inside our order block we have an entry. This is our entry. You get the gist. So that's why we are taking the trade. In the 4 hours is a selling trend. Okay, yes. I've not actually checked 4 hours, so I really don't know if it's we're so close. But okay, I guess we won the trade, but we won the trade, but just it was a lucky trade. It's not a very clean trade. Let me show you. You can see we won the trade just by 1 point. You understand? Now it's a good trade. Yes, we won it, but we could have lost the trade also. You understand? So I'll count it as a lucky trade. And sometimes, people do get lucky like that, but you need to acknowledge your lucky trades. You understand? You need to acknowledge your lucky trade. So if you have a lucky trade, acknowledge it's a luck, and don't try to feel as if okay, you are very good. No, don't do that. You understand? Don't. The most important thing is to get over yourself when you're in the market, either positively or negatively. It helps. Just keep your mind straight, and don't bother about, if you feel you are someone like me now. If I lose 2 times back to back in the market, I stop. You can see the other time I paused for a little while. I didn't take a trade. I tried calming down. Why? Because that's what you need basically. So let's check other markets. I'm looking for a clean trade right now. I'm looking for a very clean trade. If we don't find a clean trade, it's all right. This is an area of interest in the market, but it's not clean yet. So this is a clear downtrend. Now, if you're going to take a trade here, just go with the sellers. You understand? Don't look for any trade with the buyers. You understand? Because you may never know how it's going to happen. And I'm not going to take this trade. I'm looking for you can see now eventually we have the buyers coming. But now look at, we have market sequence here. Market sequence. It's very possible that the sellers would come after this candle, but I'm not going to take it. Why? Because I don't have enough reason to go with the sellers. I don't have enough reason, especially now and especially this place is another block. Other blocks are very strong sometimes. They just reverse the market and they push. And remember this common point of rejection now. There may be some sellers here that will push the price down. Let's go to lower time frame and see. There's an internal QM there. Usually when market moves like that, there's a decision point. You can see this area. There are some sellers here. You get. Let me mark it for you. Oh, let me see. I'm not going to take the trade, but I just wanted to show you. See this area now. Okay, fine. They broke that level violently. You can see they didn't even respect them. Now over here now, they may have the sellers coming here, but it's one of those reasons why I will not take the trade, especially coming from another block. You understand? And we have a gap down in favor of the sellers. So let's just look for a very good trade. I'm looking for a very nice trade. Now, sometimes you see people, they try to follow momentums like this. Now, they get lucky sometimes, but sometimes it's very, very dangerous just going with the market like this. I will not do that, and I usually don't advise that, though it seems like the logical thing to do. Like when you see a move or a push to the upside, you want to go with it, but no, don't do that. Always find setups. Always look for setups will help you a ton. So let me check this area. Looks like a very nice touch area. We already have downtrend. So now these are you mark your zones. Let me quickly show you. You see the first line is here, is to connect all the like common areas. You can see this is the body of the candle that touches last. You can see, but the wick touches here, the body touches here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is this area. Now you can see all the candles and this is the body of the candle that is touching. But you can see we have this wick over here, and so you see inside this area now, this is the active zone. Let me I like to illustrate things for my people. You see this area, this is the active zone. Let me just mark it. Okay, let's mark it as white so that we can see it clearly. You see this area is your active zone. If price comes into this area now, if it closes inside this level, inside this zone, we can go with the sellers. If it breaks this level and closes above it, we can go with the sellers too. It's as simple as that. But you see, when I see a third breakout like this, hey Suffix, how are you? It's nice to have you here. So the thing there is, if we eventually have a third breakout, there's one other thing I try to do. I try to go. You see, lower time frame confirmation. Sometimes I call it LF something confirmation. Lower time frame entry, LTF entry. I try to always look for more reasons to go like that supports what I'm about to do. So I'm looking for an